blade!
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come.
According to Kuch, excuse me,
Yes. How many?
it's not convenient to
Ah, well said.
Yep.
And yet the code they used was...
If we hadn't happened to see the... Did we make it?
What are you?
Huh? Hold on. It's the
Faced with the calamity of such...
Oh, Paimon gets it. Just see...
It's not just you. Which is why we must stop that monster.
So the Archon War... So will the power of the Chising, Millelith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is... not necessarily.
What? But all of you were supposed to be the Guardians of Liyue. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is here. For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now. Yep.
The Fatui! They're attacking the Guizhong Ballista!
The three Adepti are manning the Guizhong Ballista.
Do not let the Fatui disturb their work!
All able Millilith, with me!
Excuse for slacking.
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia.
No slacking off.
Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Retribution!
It isn't time for a break yet. Duty.
Surrender and I'll be gentle.
Let's move. Wind blade!
Looks like I went too far. Finally, some quiet.
That is Osial's divine power. I am very familiar with it. Be careful not to get hit.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
How daring. Snezhnai's diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Come a little closer. The ancient god's attacking again! There are so many Fatui too! We can't look!
Were you not to say you can hold them, children?
Huh?
Don't lose heart. Here. Take this.
This is Adeptal air! That light from your body, it's like the time of Julian Cars! Wow, it's a manifesting shockwave! This grid is really strong!
This should be fun. My duty.
Time for retribution!
This should be fun.
Killjoy, we've only just begun. Looks like
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight!
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Child, you are strong in body and spirit. Perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use that badly.
With the wind!
Breaking a sweat.
Burn!
My work. Finished.
Use myself
Retribution!
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak.
In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
Twin blade!
Miscalculated. I didn't be right. This is it.
Put your fight there. Don't get it. Why? My duty.
Disappear!
So quiet.
The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Just once. Is it finally over?
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice...
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out.
Oh?
3,700 years. Even to this very day. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our...
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part...
This morning,
What?
in the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing... I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove, but I dared not speak.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon. The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between...
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by...
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest...
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might be. Although I am a mere mortal soldier.
Huh? Why does everyone...
Weren't you...
I wasn't afraid. All this... When danger is near, everyone always protects me. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate
Huh?
because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. Aw.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed.
Seeing the port...
Your line of inquiry is askew. One...
Seems like the Adepti...
Let us return now.
Eager to leave.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue. Fair enough.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then... But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply...
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry.
Looks like the conflict between... Oh, right! If Child wanted to unleash the god, but we were able to handle the Overlord of... Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death? Paimon doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless Rite of Parting that we're organizing? No idea where Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two?
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between...
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child. And you! You're also one of the Harbingers?
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather...
Well, if it isn't you two. This is our first time seeing each other since Liyue was nearly wiped off the map. This is certainly a bit awkward, wouldn't you say?
Paimon knew that we should never have trusted a Fatui Harbinger.
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled you, but I never had anything against you personally. Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't you? Except for that little tussle we had at the end. Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. Of course, you may very well hold this against me, but that's up to you. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiao? No, wait! That's an exciting twist in a...
I do not give it for free.
Yeah, you don't think you... Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I... As you know, I've dwelt upon this. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? I decided that a test was needed in order to reveal the answer. So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue Qixing to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. Indeed I was. The gnosis which I had kept for so many years suddenly seemed to have lost its meaning. That's right, which is why I continued to safeguard the gnosis until now.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course, and it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was take the Adepti, for instance. Credit is also due to Signora. This meant I could remain as Zhongli. All of these things turned out as I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum.
Huh?
On the contrary.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me?
I think that thanks would be if you hadn't created the
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Be that as it may, you've come out of this as the hero of Liyue. I, on the other hand, will be forever prescribed as a disturber of the peace.
Well...
fine.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything...
Right! As Zhongli...
Realistically speaking...
Huh?
However, I am the god of My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my... As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the... Uncover that answer for yourself.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the star of the show is fake, we spent so much time trying to organize it, it would be a real shame not to go there now.
Oh, come on. There's only one real possibility. Fatui. Shh. Lower you.
You know that god...
Yes, and...
Say.
Now that you mention it, that's very... I mean, it all fits together. Still, what sort of supernatural prowess?
Forget it.
Hear ye all! The Chi sings, though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, gods and adepti live glorious lives. But rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a so that's how they're... Something feels off. Why would they... Could the Chi-Sing already have... Did Zhongli... Exactly, right? Ooh. Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing.
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to...
We, the people of Liyue...
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from... Will you stand with us as...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the... Does Her Eminence the Yuheng?
Huh?
Traveler.
Yikes! She...
Is that the traveler who they say defeated?
So young.
The Liyue Chi-Sing always repay their debts. Name your price.
Whoa.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
The cleanup of...
If you were looking for someone.
Roping you in with...
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should...
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli.
You're right. I do...
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. When I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand...
Oh, no wonder. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as an...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could. I will treasure the memories that I made. That is true.
Paimon thinks that we
I fear that continuing your journey may... Yes. The nation has been closed by the Electro-Archon...
Paimon thinks we've...
That is the case. And...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that... Zhongli, since
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, this is what visions are.
That...
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began...
Vision hunt?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within...
They want to seize visions. But what?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun,
Whoa.
the Animal Archon is the god of freedom. And the fact that even I, knowing her, she must have 7 ideals for... All right then. Was there anything else you... That said, the reason why I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti, Kuching is absolutely now. Though I... Could the original person who... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Well then,